everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there. We got ourselves another music show in our Newburyport studios today. Our guest, a return guest out of the great state of New Hampshire, David Corson in the house. Take it away, David.
Alrighty.
With a paintbrush, canvas, love and trust, and I'll make you feel strong without your makeup. Be my one and only love, and I'll mend your heartache with my heartbreak. Can you take my heart? Keep it safe and tucked away. Think you should stay. I'll show you the stars. You'll be my adventure. Wherever you are, I'll stand by you forever. The wrinkles from your smile will make me stay a while. You'd be my one and only love, my one and only love. Stolen kisses made from wishes long grown old. Make a list for me of things you never told anyone before. Would you be so bold? I'll show you the stars. You'll be my adventure. Wherever you are, I'll stand by you forever. The wrinkles from your smile will make me stay a while. You'd be my one and only love, my one and only love. I'll show you the stars. You'll be my adventure. Wherever you are, I'll stand by you forever. The wrinkles from your smile will make me stay a while. You'd be my one and only love, my one and only love. You'd be my one and only love, my one and only love.
David Corson. Welcome back to the show, my man. How are you?
Great to be here. This
Beautiful.
is awesome.
Very nice, man. Sounded great. That's a new one. I have not heard that one.
Yeah, so I just it's not very new. It's
Okay.
been it's
new to me.
like 2014, I would say, 2015.
Yeah.
But I just recently started playing it out, and I did a show in Dover at Flight Coffee.
Your hometown in Dover, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, best place. My favorite place to play.
Okay.
It's this little coffee shop, and on the weekends they do these fun little shows where they got lights and full sound systems.
Oh,
and
nice.
everything. It's sweet. But we did my friend Jake recorded the whole thing, so I just put out that song.
Oh, sweet.
On Spotify.
And that one's
iTunes.
called
One and Only
One
Love.
I could guess,
Yeah.
yes, but you never know,
Yeah, could be something random.
I always say I ask people the that because it's like I'm a Dave Matthews fan too, so like, you never know.
Never know.
It's all over the
Look
place.
at like
then.
Fall Out Boy. They've got like
Right, yeah.
paragraphs. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
or like numbers. People, why was that number 41? Well, it's the 41st song I ever wrote. It's like, oh yeah, I should have
makes
known
sense.
that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, how you been, man?
I've been good. Yeah,
Good.
just
Summer's over. What the heck?
I know, and I was saying I'm a little glad it was so hot, and then it was raining, and then it was hot. And it was.
You said you had like the musician's nightmare of like getting canceled all the time,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, I had a couple nightmare situations where I drove all the way there.
Oh no.
Hour.
Yeah.
There and they were like, oh yeah, we don't have an outdoor area, so. I was like, oh man,
You're really gonna tell me that next time?
Oh god, that was bad, but
Yeah.
it's.
And that is just one of those things that people just do not think about when they talk about musician life, right?
Oh yeah, no, because there's no guarantee kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's like you're kind of just left to the wind.
Yeah,
I should talk to my boss. Me.
Yeah, exactly. You ever been double booked before?
Oh man, many times.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
It seems like, I mean, I don't. Most of those places, I certainly don't get specific because I wouldn't want to talk about any. But most of those places like take care of you when you do make an hour drive, or is it mostly like really?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed with that one, but it was it's part of the job, kind of like it's a crappy situation, but
Yeah.
you can't really do anything about it. I just been like, I'm not playing that. It was the same place in a week span.
Oh, twice?
Yeah.
Oh no.
In a week, yeah. And so I was like,
Officially
called
done
up my
here.
booking agent. I was like, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm going back to that place.
What is the because I think probably about, I know a lot of the guys I have on here, guys and women, have booking agents, probably like I would say half that probably walk through. Have you found that to be a big benefit?
Yeah, honestly.
You hate doing that part of it?
It was, well, you know what's crazy is I actually really enjoy the computer work part if I get emails back.
Yeah.
That's the issue, is that if you got a booking agent, they're always going to get like emails from the places they're booking.
Yep.
It's sometimes hard because there are some places that it's like the manager is running the music, and it's like they've got to run a restaurant.
Yeah.
They're not worrying too much about trying to figure out who's playing and stuff like that. So
that's how these things happen.
yeah. So I'm like, I like that aspect, but I used to have someone that booked all my stuff, and it was great. It was awesome for a time, but it was at a certain point I was like, I want to start learning how to do this, and it's been, I think 4 or 5 years that I've been doing it myself, and it's been awesome.
And once you're in it, you're like kind of in it, right? Because I mean, you end up meeting the musicians, and can you cover for me? Yeah, you should try this place. You'd be good here, that sort of thing.
No, I've met a lot of really cool people. There's
so have I. Just doing this show. It's great.
I saw that you had Will Daly on.
I did.
A while ago.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Super nice guy.
He is.
I used to work at a radio station down the street, and he used to come there all the time, and he was awesome.
Down the street from here, or down the street in New Hampshire?
Down the street from here, actually.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and he's like a famous dude.
He is
like,
a famous
it's kind
dude,
of a cool.
His stories, man. I've got into it a little bit with him because I remember I asked him on this show. Like, he ends up on that Pearl Jam festival every year out in Seattle.
He's like friends with Eddie Vedder.
Yeah. And have you ever heard the story?
No,
he told
I don't think so.
I asked him. I was like, "How do you like end up on that bill every year with these massive acts?
It's
Not that you don't deserve it, but like they make sure you are there every year."
Yeah.
And he goes, "There is a story behind that." And he said it was at this, that fundraiser that they do with Theo Epstein and all the baseball guys, and Peter Gammons. What's it called? Cool Hot Stove. Cool music. I think I'm getting that a little bit wrong, but it's. I'm sorry, guys. I should have remembered that. I think I got that right. I might have it right. I might have Hot Stove, Cool Music. I think that's it. Baseball's Hot Stove, that sort of thing. But it's a great fundraiser. They do great work. But I asked him, how do you get on that? And he said, I was doing that one year, and when Eddie Vedder would be a part of it, he's always a part of it. But when he was ever on the bill to do a show, the crowds would just it turned into, you
Oh,
know,
I bet,
you
yeah.
went from playing like the Paradise to playing the Garden. You know, it was
Yeah.
like one of those things.
Yeah.
So that was always a big deal. And Vedder was not scheduled to play one night, but like rumor got out that he was going to be doing a Q&A and going to be there and do a little thing before things got going. So it got busy. And Vedder's not playing, but he's just doing a speech. And I think the story goes like somebody had said, like they were talking about a song and somebody yelled, "Play it." And he goes, yeah, you know, I could do that. Anybody know the song? And like everybody backstage looked
my
at Will
gosh.
because like Will was either the most talented standing there watching, or maybe just everybody knew he knew the song. I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
But Will knew the damn
Wow,
song.
that is
Went
so
up there and
cool.
played with Vedder, and Eddie like never forgot it. He was like, "Thank you so much for taking care of my song, man.
So
I
he's
appreciate
just,
it."
He just gets called. That's amazing.
Isn't it great? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they just became friends. So, yeah.
That's so crazy.
Isn't
I,
it?
well,
I love that story.
I got a bunch of. There's just a quick story that he told me back in the day because he was part of CBS Records, and that's
yep.
what his the Higher Education, I think it's called,
Yeah.
album.
Was it CBS
about.
or was it?
I think it was CBS because
okay.
the story goes that he was on NCIS. He was a part of Gary Sinise's band
I didn't know
in
that.
NCIS. You can go find it
Oh
online.
my God! I gotta go look at that.
And he was telling me that Gary Sinise plays bass in it, and obviously you're not actually playing the song. It's
Yeah.
just a recording. But Gary Sinise, he wanted to know exactly how to play the song. So he sat down with him and learned how to play the song on bass.
Oh, no kidding.
I was like, that is so cool.
Another great
Lieutenant
Will
Dan
Daly.
is
Lieutenant,
trying-
yeah, that's right. Another great Will Daly story. Very good.
Yeah.
I love that because he's. I have so much respect for him just because he walked away from. You know,
yeah.
really, not an easier road, but you know, in a lot of ways, it certainly it didn't take the financially easy way.
No.
Walking away from the record company, and then he had that great hit record with Higher Education.
I still have my
Sunken Ship.
I have my physical copy, my record of that, and it's like one
It's
of
so
my favorite
good.
records.
It's so
It's
good.
so good.
Yeah, he's great. He really is one of my favorites, not just
Yeah.
because he's very sweet to us
His
here.
music is awesome.
He is.
I'm such a fan
Played
of
the
him.
Firehouse in Newburyport, just down the street.
Oh, really?
Just a few months back.
I would love to see him.
He was awesome. And that I think concludes the Will Daly portion of our show, but who knows?
Will, if you're listening, we love you.
There it is. Good little, I like that. And hopefully we got the details of those stories mostly right,
Yeah.
at least on my part. I think I remember it mostly correct, but it is a great story. Go back and watch the show, the Will Daly show. So the summer of cancellations is not the greatest thing in the world, but did you
Yeah.
have a good summer other than that?
I had a great summer. I got to go to some cool concerts.
Yeah. Who'd you see?
I went and saw, at the beginning of the summer, I got to see Ed Sheeran.
Nice.
At Gillette.
Yeah,
And
I heard it was great.
It was it was a record-breaking show. There was like 72,000 people
Because
there.
he doesn't take up that much space.
No.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, I saw him back in 2012
Yeah.
at the House of Blues.
Oh, wow.
His first ever tour, American tour ever.
That's crazy, isn't
And
it?
so like going from that to like just 70,000 people in the stadium.
This is not the Ed I knew.
Yeah, I'm like this, and he was amazing. He was just like,
Yeah.
he's one of the best performers. Like even if you don't enjoy his music, you go see a show and you're like, I'm a huge fan now.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that talented.
I heard he told that story once. There was an older couple, and the looping hadn't quite hit this.
Yeah.
Older woman, I think, was doing most of the talking, and said she wanted her money back for a ticket because he was pumping in sound from other. And he said, "No." He said, "I'll give you your money back, no problem." Or his response was, "I'll give you your money back, no problem. But all the sound is me. I can get it." And like he is kind of like one of the. I would, I'm sure there are people who've been looping for many years before Ed Sheeran, but he definitely did make it kind of.
He made it. I mean, think about it. Like when I don't remember there being as many local musicians that were going around looping.
Yeah, me neither.
And now it's everyone. I can't do it.
It's almost too. I kind of like that you don't do it because it's almost
a
too
little
out there.
I know, and there are people who are like really, really good at it, and it's
Yeah.
great. But I feel like I don't know. I wish I could do it. I don't want to say that it's. I mean, it is a little overdone at this point, but I'm like, if I could do it, I would.
It's like a good
100% do
mix.
it.
Like I like it. I think if I like the rawness of just a person and their guitar, but if you want to mix in some looping, run a few songs, that's fine. I don't want it for everyone. And I think I see it so much, like
It's
so much, like
it
really
is
talented
everywhere.
people
Yeah.
that are like are awesome at looping and just awesome musicians, and I have great respect for so many of them. But I do see it a lot where sometimes I get distracted because I can see them working at the loop.
Exactly, that's
And I don't
the
want
difference. Yeah, that's the difference. Like when I'm not to like toot my own horn, but when I'm up there, I'm not like fully. You don't think that I'm like thinking about it.
Yeah.
Whereas with the looping, it's like they're really like they're doing more work than I ever do.
Buttons, pressing. Like I don't want that. I was thinking about the words and connecting with it. Like
and it's a different thing. It's like my style works for certain rooms, but then you have I don't know. There's this guy Tim Terrio who plays all around. He's like insane.
Yeah,
like I just saw him the other day at a bar next to me, and he's like it's that atmosphere he brings. He's got the whole looping station. He does little like radio things. Like he'll put a little soundbite into certain things. Like after he's done with a song.
Oh, that's next
he puts
level.
on like a show.
Yeah.
So it's a difference between playing and then putting on a show.
Yeah.
So like most of the time I would say because I'm in the back of a restaurant most of the time, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Whereas he's like putting this big show on, which is really fun to see. He's like fun. He's amazing.
It is funny. I mean, it just works for different. Like I'm sure that works perfectly for him.
Oh,
But then like one of my favorite guys is like Chad Stokes of Dispatch.
Oh yeah.
Like he's known. I know he went to Mexico for that little thing they did with Dispatch, and they didn't even bring instruments. They like rented them from down the street. We'll find something.
Oh
like it's just as a rawness to that. I'm like, I'll find a guitar and play.
I have friends that these two guys I know, I used to be in their band. They're actually from Newburyport. Their band's called Toledo. And they do this thing where when they go and play a show, they'll just go to Guitar Center, like sell their instruments, and then buy new instruments.
No kidding.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
It's kind of a wild commitment. And you never land on one that you like love or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I love this guy.
There you go. Well, speaking of that, let's play another one. Since we walked right into it. What do you got for us next here, David?
This is a new one
Corson.
I just wrote.
All right.
So we'll see if I mess it up or not.
A couple songs I've never heard before here. It's a very Drew-centric show.
Yeah, this is. I think it's one of my favorites that I've written in a while. So we'll see if I can.
All right.
Play it.
David Corson live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive.
Tell myself another story, like I'm the only one who's haunted. Just another of my stupid allegories. I tell myself that I don't want it. Put myself to bed. I need some rest, 'cause I need a little comfort. I need some time to catch my breath. Could use a little sorrow and something to get back on track. It's hard to be happy. My voice is on the sides of my head, so I need a little sorrow. There's something to get back on track. Tell myself another lie, like I've done 1,000 times. I break the mold, then I'm back, and I'm told by myself, no one ever getting on. So I need a little comfort. I need some time to catch my breath. Could use a little sorrow and something to get back on track. It's hard to be happy. My voice is on the sides of my head, so I need a little sorrow and something to get back on track. I've been wondering messed up. Yeah, I'm stumbling on the words I said when I was drunk. And you don't love me, no. And I hate your guts, but I still need a little comfort. Need some time to catch my breath. Could use a little sorrow. There's something to get back on track. It's hard to be happy. My voice is on the sides of my head. So need a little sorrow. There's something to get back on track.
Ooh, David Corson, live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Very nice, my man. I like that one.
Yeah, it's the first song I've written in a really long time.
Really?
Yeah.
All those canceled dates, you weren't hammering out new songs?
You know what? It's crazy. Like
all that rain?
Yeah, right? I'm like, something about, I don't know, it's hard to, sit down and write some stuff when you're playing all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, bringing work home sometimes.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. No, that's funny. Actually, I was thinking, we were laughing about the loop. I had this moment right as I sent it to you to go play there that I think it was a friend of mine, Alex Anthony, who might have called me out for this, but we were talking about the loop station. He goes, how many songs did you play with me? And we were just jamming, playing one night. I said, we played like 3 or 4 songs. He goes, 4 songs. Try playing 4 hours without a loop station. Sometimes you need it to give yourself a break.
That's the thing is it's so smart.
Yeah.
One of my friends does it, and he's like, I don't have to sing for the entire time. I'm just up there just looping. I'm like, yeah.
You would lose something with that because people love hearing your voice. Actually, you were saying your voice is hurting a little bit today, so you sound great. But the inner struggle you told me behind the scenes.
I know. I got sick for the first time since before COVID.
Oh wow.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't COVID. I tested a million times, but
are you sometimes can you sing too much because you got that you go for it with your voice.
Oh yeah, no, I actually had to go to a ear, nose, and throat.
You're there, okay.
Yeah, and they were like, "You're totally fine." I'm
yeah.
like, well, it doesn't feel like I'm totally fine. I'm like, okay. Yeah, no, if you play like this past week, I played 4 shows, and at the end, on Sunday I played this little festival in Manchester. And at the end of the set, I'm like, I played that song as my last song.
Yeah.
I was struggling.
And there's
so
that
hard.
build up there.
Oh yeah. No, and I'm like,
yeah.
Thankfully, the guy up there who was doing my sound was like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it.
You actually have nice. Not all your songs go in this direction. I know there's a million different ways to put craft songs together, but you do a lot. Like I think even both of them you played today, they have at least levels of. You do kind of. There's like a climb to it, and I like it. You ask that of your voice. I love it.
I love that. I love the build up songs. It's my favorite thing, and I get that. I'm not fully sure who made me think of that. Actually, you know what's crazy? And I think we talked about this before, but I used to listen to a lot of instrumental stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
A lot of Harry Potter soundtrack, Lord of the Rings soundtrack, and it's like there is that build with like that kind of classical music, like the strings and everything. So I think that's maybe where I got that build up.
Or like Steven Tyler and Aerosmith.
Oh my God.
That'll test the vocal cords. I don't know if I ever asked you this one because you have because I love that. I'm not sure. I'm sure people describe it a million different ways. Kind of like that gravelly voice you have, which is it's a beautiful sounding. When did you? Because it's different though too. When did you learn to like fully like embrace that and say like people love that, let's trust it? Like, because there probably is that moment, right?
Yeah, there's other factors to it.
Okay, sure.
But I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. I really have no idea. Yeah. I started singing when I was like, I don't even know, like 14, 15.
Yep.
And it was mostly just to get girls because I was like, I can't talk to them.
Welcome to 95% of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think.
And for some reason, I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe getting vocal lessons just to figure out certain different things, and But I don't know. I don't know the answer.
So there wasn't that like defining moment where we're like, wow, people really like this. I should start doing this more.
With the music and stuff, I mean, when I was a kid, it was like, because when you're young and you have talent, people are like,
all over you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're like, they lose it. They think, oh, this person's going to be famous. I got to be friends with him. And there's this kid that I met. I run an open mic in Dover. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. He's 16 years old. And this kid is like a prodigy.
Yeah.
Like, he is like, his name's Harrison Goodell. He is like... He got through on American Idol this past year.
I don't care about that. Get him on here.
I know. No, I'll text him and I'll bring him. He would be pumped to come on here. But he's 16 and like people hear him and they lose it.
Yeah.
Like because he's that good. It makes me want to quit. I wish I was that. And his songs are great. Like they sound like adult songs.
Yep.
Not like a kid wrote them, like most of mine were back then.
Yeah.
I was writing songs about, heartbreak when I'd never even spoken to a girl.
Well, it's because that's funny you say that because when like you sing, I think I've told you this before. You do have that like you can feel the connection that you have to the songs, which is why I think like you don't need the looping or anything because when you watch it, I could probably imagine you're lost in a lot of these songs that you sing.
Yeah, and that one's a little bit of like a personal kind of. It is more of a personal song because it's talking about like mental illness. Basically feeling comfortable in feeling sad kind of situation. And I'm hoping that people can kind of connect to that.
I would think so, yeah.
But I really want to record that. I'm like, I get it stuck in my head. Like I can't.
Just release this one. You can do a live version.
I know. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. No, yeah, it's something about that. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm like,
it's a great song.
It does just get stuck in my head. Kind of annoying sometimes. I'm like, oh god.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it after this. It was good. Is it weird to write? I mean, not. It's a song with a message, but is it? Do you write sad songs too? Is it? Do you ever find yourself in that trap of like, oh, I'm making myself sad here?
What's crazy is, it was the reason I wrote that. It was because it was like. It is hard to. I'm pretty happy. Yeah. And it kind of annoys me because when I was sad, I was writing like crazy. Like some of my best songs ever. But like I have a girlfriend, I got 2 cats, we got a new apartment, like what am I to be sad about, really, And so there's not like the creative juices aren't flowing like it used to be. Maybe I need to get really sad again.
What's so funny about that is that just brings me right back to my good friend of mine, Matt Phipps. He used to run the river, 95 the river.
Yeah.
And just a great music guy. And we were talking one day, and there was that Springsteen album. Like it's probably 10 years old now, 12 maybe.
It's like new. You think of it as new.
But there's been other ones since then that are good. But like I think it was Working on a Dream. Remember the year he did the Super Bowl and everything?
Yeah.
And it was like, he went up there. Working on a the Super Bowl was great, but he did that one song, Working on a Dream, which is not standing the test of time. Like he doesn't play it out. No. And most of that album doesn't. It's not a highly reviewed.
Is that the one that's like the blue and purple? Yeah. It has the wrestler on it.
Yep. That's actually, I do like that song. That's a great movie too.
Yes.
And underrated on both accounts,
I used to play that all the time.
The wrestler?
Like, that was like my favorite song back in the day.
You might have to play that for me when we're done here.
I'm not even sure I remember to play it.
Yeah. But that's the one, like the dog lyrics. Right?
Yeah.
We can get sidetracked very easily on this show, can't we? But that album's not very well received. And there's like one song on there that's like, birthday song. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Today is your birthday. And like, we're looking at each other like, it's so not him. Like it's and Matt stops and looks at me and goes, Drew, I figured it out. He's happy.
Oh my God! Yeah. I felt the same way. There are certain artists that I'm like, who was it recently that I listened to their album? And I was like, who it was? It was James Bay.
Oh yeah.
Who I love. Yeah. But his newest album, I was like, he seems too happy. He's got to get his heart broken.
Give me Darkness on the Edge of Town again.
I need something sad.
There's 8 tracks, bottom of the barrel. Yeah. You're down and out.
You're down on your luck, and I want that again.
Well, there's your message for the day there, folks.
Get sad.
Y'all enjoying the fall and the wintertime will be here before you know it. Oh, man. David, where can people find your information? Let's make sure we get that out there before we play us out.
I would say just go on davidcorson.com.
Yep,
which
good
has
with the
become
website.
It's become a meme with my friends. They'll just shout out davidcorson.com. I actually had a hat and a shirt made that just said David Corson.
One word, no period in the middle?
No.
David Corson, Corson.
Yeah, .com. Check it out. It's hopefully updated. I haven't been
Do you
on
do the
there in a while.
Instagram stuff and all that or not?
Instagram, David Corson Music.
Yeah.
Facebook's just David Corson.
Cool.
Spotify, iTunes. If
I'll
anyone
post the
still
video
uses
too, so you can
iTunes.
all see his name there and
I'll be there. Yeah.
do the follow. And maybe you can go see him at a show when he's not rained out.
Yeah.
Damn you, summer 2023.
Bring on the fall. I need some spooky season.
Thanks for coming in again, man. We
Yeah.
always
Well, yeah,
appreciate
thank
having
you
you. It's
for
so
having
much
me.
fun. We always
Yeah.
goes by way too quickly, obviously,
Yeah.
but we'll see you again because you're one of our
Oh, yeah.
favorites. I got to say thank you too to Maeve Power, producing the show. First time you met Maeve today, right?
Yeah.
It had been a little while since you've been on. You actually mentioned some of the decorations in here, which
I
we
know.
appreciate.
Yeah. No, it's great. It looks awesome in here.
We're doing better. I've actually made a push for some more. I got some other posters I'd like to put up, and the boss, Sarah Hayden, said, let's just, relax with the you posters. Maybe we'll go one at a time. So I'm gonna bring my Tom Petty poster in next.
You need something right there.
Yeah, I agree. Although I don't know the camera shots, dude. Maeve makes it all look good anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Maeve makes it look good. Thank you, Maeve, and thank you, David Corson. You gonna play us out with one here?
Yeah, let's see if I know what I'm gonna play.
A man who doesn't come in with a pre-written set list. I like it.
No, never.
Thank you, everybody. Live at Drew's House, Joppa Afternoon Drive. This was fun. We appreciate you. David Corson plays us on out.
Don't take a page out of my book. I've been writing it for years. All the mistakes I mistook as my own true fears. Oh, I know it looks bad from where you are, but one day I'll make it out and I'll show you my scars. I'll admit I lost my drive. I'll admit I wasn't mine. Will you say it's quite alright? 'Cause I know I gotta ease my mind. Oh, I'm scared of what's behind. I'm scared of what I see, but I'm prepared for what I'll find when I'm staring back at me. Well, I'll admit I lost my drive. Well, I'll admit I wasn't mine. Or will you say it's quite alright? Because I know I gotta ease my mind. Well, I'll admit I wasted time. Well, I'll admit I wasn't kind. Will you say, will you say, will you say, well, I'll admit I lost my drive. Well, I'll admit I wasn't mine. Will you say it's quite alright? gotta ease my mind. My mind, my mind, my